everybody? Welcome to Capital of Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rogelio.
And today we're going to preview a very PBC heavy fight weekend. Friday we have the Dirrell brothers in separate bouts against Blake Caparello and
Caleb Truax.
Then on Saturday we have Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz 2 happening on Fox. And then on Showtime, we have a pair of title fights with James Degale versus Rogelio Medina and Lucian, Bute, and Badou.
Right, and on those undercards, you're going to see Edwin Rodriguez versus Thomas Williams. You're going to see Gerald Washington versus Eddie Chambers. Then you're going to see fights featuring Terrell Gashaw. And I am missing one, and I cannot. Oh, Sharif Bogeray and Chris Pearson. So it's going to be a PBC weekend with some Mayweather Promotions cards.
Yep, all of it sprinkled right all in together. So, like we said, the Dirrell brothers on Friday, they're going to win those fights.
And more likely by knockout.
Yeah, I don't see Caparello or Truax giving them any kind of resistance, honestly.
Dirrell's going to outbox Caparello and more likely knock him out. Andre is. Anthony will probably just have to bludgeon Truax into submission.
Yeah, because Truax is a game guy.
Yeah.
Caparello has been folded before, and I think Dirrell can do it. Andre can do it again. So that's Friday.
Moving on.
Saturday, Ortiz and Berto. Their rematch, I can't remember how long was it. It was right before the Mayweather fight, so it was like, what, 2012?
I want to say 4 years
11.
ago.
2011.
Okay, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 2011.
That was
Ortiz won that fight. They both traded 2 knockdowns apiece. It was a very good fight. They have both kind of slipped since then.
Up and down.
Up and down. They've won a few, lost a few. They are no longer in the conversation of top fighter mix anymore.
Not at welterweight, no.
No. So this one is more of a grudge match because they were supposed to have a rematch, which was canceled when Andre Berto was popped for a banned substance, which later was found that there was not really enough to actually enhance his performance, but they had already canceled everything. So that was that. This one should be entertaining. I think it probably will be just like the last fight. Both guys are going to be really trying to take each other's head off, and there are going to be some good shots landed. Guys are going to go down. I'm just not sure of who's going to win.
Entertainment wise, it's probably going to be great. You're probably going to see, all right, you throw punches, I'm going to throw punches. We're going to see who's going down first.
Yeah. As far as just mindless violence, this is the fight you're going to want to watch. If you like a little bit more skill with your fisticuffs, tune in to Showtime. We've got James Chunky Degale and Rogelio Porky Medina. Those are some great nicknames.
Porky versus Chunky.
Yes.
Pork chops and Chunky.
So, Degale, this is his second defense of the super middleweight title. He won from Andre Dirrell. Well, they fought for a vacant title.
It was a vacant title.
And he won it by beating Andre Dirrell. Then he beats Badou in a very good competitive fight.
No, he didn't beat Badou.
I'm sorry. Lucian
Bute.
Yeah. I was thinking of the main event guys. Because Bute is fighting Badou in the main event.
Right.
So many names.
168, man. 168.
Which is great. Got a lot of fighters in that division. A lot of names. A lot of fisticuffs to be thrown.
Actually, it's a 168 weekend because the Dirrell fights are going to be at 168.
Yep.
Rodriguez Thomas Williams at 175.
Yeah. But both Jack, Bute, and Degale Medina are also 68.
Yes.
So this is going a long way to, well, at least the 2 Showtime fights are going to go a long way to establishing the number 1 guy. The winners of these 2 fights will probably end up fighting each other. And that person will probably be the man at 168. Because Froch is gone, Ward is gone. And then there's...
Groves lost to Jack.
But Groves is fighting on this card as well. He's fighting... I can't think of who he's fighting, but he is fighting. Like we said, there is a lot of fights going on this weekend. A lot of DVR, a lot of popcorn. You gotta enjoy it. Rob is looking up who that fight is. I'm gonna talk about Degale and Medina while he does.
No, he's fighting Martin Murray in June.
Oh, it's in June. Okay,
Yeah.
Scratch that. He's fighting in June, but that's still a good fight. Degale, very fast guy, decent power.
He's a southpaw, right?
Yes.
And he's a southpaw.
Medina, rugged guy, got some power, but I don't think he's quite top level yet.
Skill-wise, he's just under your Degales, your Butes, your Groves,
Right.
Wards, all that good stuff.
So he's gonna make a good showing of himself. It just won't be enough against Degale.
Yeah, I want to see how long he comes forward in this fight, because we know Degale, kind of not quite as frenetic, but he has a very loose style.
Yes.
And he's going to move a lot. I'm just wondering how much on his back foot is he going to fight against a guy like Medina, who's going to come forward. Can he cut off the ring?
Yeah.
Can he land those punches? Can he, make... Well, I don't think he's going to tire Degale out, but the mental pressure should be there if he's going to be coming forward all night.
Right. And I think it's going to be one of those, this is like a lot of fighters where he starts off doing well, he'll slow down a little bit, catch a second win, and be able to get a unanimous decision. So in the main event, we have Lucian Bute, who was a former title holder at 168, fighting Badou Jack, who is still kind of on the comeback, even though he's won the title. He was knocked out by, was it Derek Edwards?
Yes.
In the first round, and that took a lot of people off of his train as far as hype and prospects of the future. But he was still able to win a world title, and now he's fighting the best guy that he's fought in Bute.
Yeah, he beat George Groves in his last fight.
Yeah, that was on the Mayweather-Berto undercard.
Yep.
So,
which was a really good fight if you missed it.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Jack is a pretty consistent guy. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the strongest guy. But he's very steady in the ring. Like, he is very even. He works the body well. He can keep range when he wants to, but he does like to get in there and throw body shots. So against Bute, who is a slick southpaw with decent power, who has a very good left uppercut to the midsection, I think Bute should be able to win this fight, but for some reason he's just not. Like, I think Jack's going to be able to slow him down just enough to where he can take a close decision. I think this fight's going to be very close, and if it ends early, Bute is going to be the one that's going to be ending it early. But I think Jack will be able to pull this fight out, even though I think Bute is the better fighter.
Yeah, skill-wise, Bute is the better fighter. I think he has faster hands than him. I think he's a harder hitter than him as far as that, especially that left uppercut to the body. I've seen he's dropped guys plenty of times with that, and it's a beautiful punch.
Oh yeah.
What I would like to see is if Bute can actually take a punch, how he reacts to Jack when Jack lands cleanly. Because we've seen him in the fight versus Froch, where he really just it's almost like he was overwhelmed by Froch in that fight.
Yeah, but Froch and Jack don't fight the same. So I think if he does hurt Bute, he'll be able to survive it because they don't fight the same.
Right, but also even in the Degale fight, while he gutted it out, he didn't respond that well to a lot of those punches. And Degale will catch you with punches you will not see or expect, especially when he throws that
overhand,
the left hand over the top of the jab, or over the top of his left, because they're both southpaw. So I'm just wondering, can Bute take a punch anymore? Because he's gone through some pretty bad losses, and then kind of made this little bit of a comeback. But I'm just wondering if Jack hits him cleanly, will he stand up to it?
Honestly, I think he will, because really the only stoppage loss he had was to Froch, and that was, well, he's always had trouble taking a punch, honestly. He gets hurt pretty easily, but he can usually weather the storm and come back, or at least survive to make it to the end, which he did not with Froch. So I think because Jack isn't that kind of a fighter, I think that he does hurt Bute at some point in this fight, but I don't think he'll be able to finish him.
Okay.
That's just, like, I still think the stoppage, if it does happen, will come from Bute. But like I said, I do think that Jack's gonna win this fight, even though the skill level is on Bute's side. From all those things you said, like, you know what I'm saying, he'll probably get hurt a couple times, have to survive that round. Those will be big rounds for Jack. And he's also, his output has dropped a lot too as well. You know, he is a little bit older, and I think he knows that he gets hurt easily, so he's a little bit more cautious, and that kind of attributes to it. And then he is a little bit older now, so this will end up being a good win for Jack, but they still have to go in there and fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close decision, maybe a split decision. I think it's going to be that close between the two of them if Bute comes in at his best.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video. If you have not done so yet, subscribe to the channel. You hit us up on Facebook, Google+, Instagram at CapitalofCombat. Email capitalofcombat@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire, I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage, keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play, I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.